What's your name? What'd you do?
All right, so this is Clay from your good old hometown Huntsville locals. We went to a case event on Sunday, and I went completely undefeated in Swiss, and then we made a top cut, and then we split top 4. So yeah, so great event. There's 5 rounds of Swiss, and then we played 1 round of top 8, and then that was it.
Do you know what your matchups were? Do you remember?
Yeah, so round 1 I played like some weird 60 card Ryuge pile where the guy activated 4 cards and then died. And then round 2 I played against Fiendsmith Has. Round 3 I played against Hero. Round 4 I played against Fiendsmith Has again. And then round 5 I played against Fiendsmith Cash.
Cool. And then any shoutouts before the deck broke off?
Yeah, shout out to Jordan, Caleb, and Eric for the fun ride down, and shout out to the Huntsville locals. We're trying to be better, but it's not working very well right now.
Let's get into it.
All right, so I played Maliss Fiendsmith. So for the main deck was 3 Dormouse, your best normal summon. 3 White Rabbit, your second best normal summon, and then 2 Chessy Cat. Yeah, so always run at least 2 because post side I set out Dot Scraper. So if I want to resolve Red Ransom's effect completely after I 11 it, I need 2 Chessy Cats, 1 in the main, and then somewhere, and then another one that I can summon. Yeah, and then the 1 Dot Scraper. Can't wait to actually tear this card in half when the new one comes out, but oh, that's besides the point. All right, next, 3 Field Spell. This is your second best extender behind Gold Sark. But usually if you're doing the standard combo line, you'll not have to use the actual mouse in Underground. You'll just banish it off of Chessy Cat to draw 2 cards, which is pretty broken I've heard. And then finally, for the mouse card is just the 3 traps. You gotta play them. These 2 are really broken to draw. This one is not, but they work out for the most part. Next, the Fiendsmith card. So
most broken cards in the game at the moment.
Basically, I don't know why I wasn't playing these before, but yeah, they're pretty good. 3 Engraver. I saw some lists playing 2 before, but because Bow is legal now, you gotta play 3. Then the 1 Lacrima, and then the 1 Fabled Lurie for the Tract. Then 2 Tract. I played Necroquip, so running 2 Tract helps if you open like Engraver plus Tract. You can start with Tract and then make Necroquip and then pitch the Engraver to draw a card. And then finally the Brick, the 1 Paradise. Drawing it in this deck, if you're able to combo, isn't that bad because your 2 inboard boss monsters pitch a card out of your hand. So it's not the worst to draw, but if you get hand trapped to death, then this card sucks. But
how many times did you open it during tournament?
I opened this 3 times, and I opened Dot 5 times. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Love Dot. He's can't wait for him to be gone. Next, hand traps, paid 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Imperm, and then 4 Bestials. Don't play Baldrake because Jewelstorm's actually good by itself, so it can kind of break the Rizio board if you prevent from getting to cross, which is really good. And then the Valor and Imperm are just kind of low impact hand traps, they'll stop Duo Drive. And then Ash is mainly for Fulos. Yeah, because this deck loses pretty hard to Fulos. So yeah, 13 hand traps in the main deck. Didn't really need more pre-side, but post-side we put in a lot. Finally for the non-engine, we got 2 Talents. Probably close to the most broken card in the game right now. I drew this, I think, 5 times during the tournament. Every single time I resolved it, I won the game. It was ridiculous. Then your best extender, the Gold Sark. I would play more, but it's at 1, so we have to deal with it. And then finally, 1 Call By. You can't stop like the most impactful hand trap in the main deck with Called By, but you kind of need to play it post side for Lancia. So might as well main deck it to free up side deck space. Next on the extra deck, we'll start with the fusion. So first is 1 Necroquip and then 1 Desiree. You usually will make this post side going first to play around board breakers. because even like Dark Ruler, you can play around it by activating the trap cards and then negating it with Desiree after that. But blind going into game 1, you always make this guy, Caesar. This helps you play around Nibiru, as long as your Fiendsmith cards live. So, MVP for that one. I summoned him 3 times in the tournament, and he got impermed all 3 times. So, he was there for moral support, if nothing else. Next to Link 1's, you got Link Decoder. You have to play this guy. I thought about playing without it, and then I opened the hand where it was Cat plus a Bestial, and I didn't have this in my extra, and then I couldn't combo, so that was fun. Then the one record for the Fiendsmith cards. Next for Link 2s, we got Lizard, the Honorary Maliss Link 2, Sequence, and Moon for the Fiendsmith cards, and then the one SP. You'll actually make this a lot to actually just force your combo through if it gets hand trapped a couple of times. But usually if you open a high roll hand, you can end on like the full like double, like the Griffin board with SP, and at that point it's just unbreakable. Next, Link 4's Griffin and Bow. These are basically your end board now. You cut the Terahertz stuff because this is a floodgate, and then this draws 6 cards during your standby phase. So if your opponent didn't scoop before then I don't know what they were doing. But yeah, this is also an interruption on your opponent's turn because it's a quick effect for some reason. I don't know what they were thinking. But yeah, it's really fun. You can just, like, they out this for some reason. You can actually just summon it back on your turn, on their turn anyway with Bow, as long as it hits the graveyard. And finally, the Axis Code Talker. I've seen people cut this in this version of the deck for like Splash Mage because stuff comes up, but I do, after playing, I realized that you kind of need this card because it forces your opponent to respond to it. So sometimes it's difficult to game without it, even though theoretically it shouldn't be. And then finally the 3 Maliss Links. Obviously it's the most important one, but this is the most base one, so that's always nice.
Cool, let's see that side deck.
Alright, side is basically just 5 3-ups. So 3 Judgment, 3 Strike. These are for going first. These cards are absolutely broken right now. Every single time I've drawn at least one of them going first, if I even comboed a little bit, I won the game on the spot because these are so absurd in a simplified game state. If you open 2 of these, then even if your opponent opened like 3 hand traps plus like Engraver Ice, you still win the game on the spot because you just destroy both their initial plays. Next, these are mainly cards for going second. So 3 Nib. I'm not sure sold on this card. I've drawn it like 9 or 10 times and I've resolved it once. Mainly because the other hand traps did enough on their own anyway. But yeah, fun fact, Bestials are broken.
I feel like if you're not maining it, it's probably not worth playing.
Yeah, it's like the idea behind it is that you side this plus the 3 Lancia and the 3 Fua from Maliss, because Maliss is one of those decks where if it plays to any like normal degree, you just lose the game on the spot. So you kind of like play like these 9 to play against Maliss going second. That's the idea, but realistically, it's like if you open like Fua plus Lancia or just Lancia and your opponent's not playing Fiendsmith cards,
they're losing anyway.
You're just gonna lose anyway. So the Nib's like redundant. But yeah, yeah, that's basically the deck profile.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for the video.